You get when you combine two childhood friends who have never grown up, have an unhealthy competitive streak, and always think they're the funniest people in the room. You get the Unfunniest podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, now, we call this the act of mating.
Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children.
This is week 6, but episode 5 for us, everybody. But welcome back.
Math.
Yeah, we skipped it last week because we all had some fun. But just wanted to thank everybody and welcome to the first annual Unfunniest podcast, Mother's Day Spectacular.
Happy Mother's Day to all
happy
the moms.
Mother's Day. Yep. So to you, mother, and to you, mother, happy Mother's Day to everybody.
What's to my mother?
Exactly. We invited our wives on, but for some reason they said, nope, we don't want to come on. But
No, because a Mother's Day gift is certainly not doing work.
No, what I did for Mother's Day and you guys made fun of me is I cleaned the inside of my wife's car.
I'm calling shenanigans. There's no way. I want
video.
video. I want video evidence, Miller. There's no way. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Did the police show up?
No, we were there earlier. We went. We'll talk about it later. We went on a tour of the Clinton Township Police Department, and Charlotte and Kathy got thrown in the drunk tank.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they got thrown out.
No.
Your neighbors were all out like, when does this man get a hose?
You know what? I've had my car for 3 years.
I've never washed
my car. I've never washed inside. Yes, outside. No.
You vacuumed the inside of the vehicle?
Yes, I vacuumed the inside, but I've never washed the outside of it.
I'm also going to need visual evidence of said vacuum.
Would be a good idea to do a podcast while Mike's washing all 4 of his vehicles.
Jesus Christ. Jimmy, we don't have 3 weeks. We only get 10 hours a month.
I did the Explorer, the Durango, and then I didn't get to do the Durango, and then I didn't get to do Kaylee's Jeep. And of course, I got the side-eye look that night of,
And then
don't worry.
We could do one of him washing all of his vessels.
Yes. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Your son now has a cleaning business, detailing it. Why are you still doing this?
Ward's detail. Because it's an obsession I have. I like cleaning. It's one of my passions. It's the way I relax. People come out to the boat and they tell me, "Why don't you just relax?" I said, "I'm cleaning. I am relaxing. This is how I settle down." Miller gets on his phone and starts playing these crazy games on his phone. He says, "This is how I shut my mind off. I shut my mind off by cleaning."
I remember one of the first times when Kathy and I started dating, we went on the boat with you guys, and you were doing the cleaning, and Kathy kind of looked at me like, "Well, aren't we going to go help him?" I'm like, No. She goes, "Why?" I go, "Because number one, if I try, he just will yell at me and tell me to get away.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to do it right.
Go on, get out of here. Let me do this myself."
That's his meditation. Mike meditates by cleaning.
Yeah, exactly. That's how Bobby, all kidding aside, I think that's how Bobby obviously picked the whole thing up. And he's got a pretty good attention to detail. Got a little bit of OCD in him, much like myself. But he's doing, Jimmy and I were talking about that too. We got to have him on, promote his new business. He's actually getting pretty booked up, which I think is kind of surprising to him.
He cleaned Psych Ward today.
He did clean Psych Ward today.
Nice. Did you give him the family discount, or did he charge you twice as much?
No, he charged twice as much.
Absolutely. Got to support the family business,
Same thing my good old buddy, old pal Tommy Kraft says. Every time he mentions my name, people increase their price by 30%. He's got a great story of the facility he's docking his new vessel in. He said that he mentioned my name, and the price for the year went from about $3,200 to $3,700 just by saying, "I know Mike Ward." And they're like, "Oh, really? Well, you know what? Your price just increased." Thanks a lot.
it's like when Kathy and I were getting married, and everywhere you went, oh, what's this event for? Oh, it's for a wedding. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me get you the wedding book, which was the exact same thing as the family reunion, only 4 times as much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's we're gonna have a family reunion. That's what we're here for.
So again, I'm going to find it back to your original point. I'm going to need visual evidence of said car washing. Matter of fact, why don't you go? Don't you have a drone? Go get your drone out and fly it over the vehicle right now, and we'll be able to tell. We'll bring Bobby in on this to see if he can notice a reflection, a mirror-like image.
It needs to be on the premises.
Oh, good point. Good call. Yes.
Yeah.
Good call, Iguato.
Listen, this is coming up, but I'm not going to ruin Miller's surprise. But I've got everything in order of movies that we quote the most.
Miller has kept us on the edge of our seat all week.
I think with it's only perfect timing for the Panthers are on the prowl. First down, Michigan Panthers. Let's talk about last week, Michael.
Man.
And by the way, if you hadn't seen today, the Panthers won on the last minute on the last play of the game.
Did they?
So yeah. So they won on the last play.
I was announcing
Bryce
baseball. Who? Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No. Bryce Perkins led them on a drive at the end of the game. And
that kid's good, man.
He is. He's out of Virginia. He's older than I thought. He's 27. But
baby,
one of the things we talked about, number one, it actually was pretty. It was pretty good football. I mean, it was. You could definitely tell. Yeah.
Well, and I mean, they had an announced crowd of about 11,000 people. It seemed a little exaggerated, but as you and I both alluded to when we were watching the game from the press box, the amount of noise that 11,000 people, or let's just say 9,000 people, made was pretty impressive. I give those Panthers fans a lot of credit. It was funny because we were down in the field and we were talking to some of the other reporters that were on the field, and they were talking about the crowd at the game is just, I shouldn't say it's more engaged than the Lions, but there's not a bunch of drunk morons flying around the stands. There's not a bunch of fights in the stands. As a general rule, it's a pretty good mix of young and old. There's a lot of kids there, but they're engaged in the game. They're making noise, which I love. And the players kind of alluded to that as well. So, hey, with only 11,000 people in a 65,000 seat stadium, that's pretty good. But it was definitely a cool experience. Sorry, Mark, I cut you off.
No. I was going to say, Jimmy, what are you saying?
When's that next game that you got passes to? 31st?
The
May
31st. Yeah,
Okay.
You're going.
Saturday.
I'm going.
Yeah.
But to apply for your pass.
It is, and when
Did
I
you
tell
see
you,
me? I didn't bring it in with me. I don't have it.
I have to update my contact information at the doctor's office first, though. So.
But we did have, we were official.
We got passes.
Yeah, that was our nice little thing there.
Want to really? It looked pretty awesome.
Yeah, I want to really thank Sage and the rest of the crew from the Panthers who, we kind of did it not necessarily as a joke, but it was kind of funny talking to everybody. That you're talking to our friend Andy today. He was like, yeah, this is the first Panthers game I watched. And I've talked to a few other people that have said, yeah, that's the most I've watched a Panthers game. So the fact that we probably got 15, 20 people that may not have watched that game, that all of a sudden, because we were there, because we were talking about it, we, kind of followed it.
I had people during the week in my travels. I was going into different accounts and people would say to me, hey, how about the Michigan Panthers? I'm like, really? You guys watched it? They're like, yeah, we watched it. It was great. We didn't get to. So I guess we should preface the whole thing with saying we didn't realize that we weren't going to necessarily be able to broadcast live from there. What was the provision? 3 minutes. You can only have 3 minutes.
It's
whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny. Like we were talking, like that's the UFL, and honestly, if we would have done whatever we wanted, they probably wouldn't have said a word. But compared to what it was probably like for the NFL, I mean, we saw the press box, and then you saw the auxiliary press box that probably fit 200-300 people behind us. They couldn't even see the field.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Jim, have you been up to the press box at Ford Field?
I have not.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. I got 2 quick questions.
Go ahead.
Miller, how many autographs did you sign?
They wouldn't let me sign anymore. I tried.
No.
They kept asking, "Who are you?" And I said, "Don't ask. Just take my
Those
signature."
kids in the first row were throwing things at Miller, asking for his autograph, just throwing things.
You know, a kind of a funny story about autographs. Two things. When I was working for the Flaming Rocks, according to Mike, the Kalamazoo Kodiaks.
Oh no, that was Nick Chirko. Shout out to Nick
that's
Chirko.
right.
He gave you that hat that
The
you
Flaming
need to
Rocks.
bring that. Yeah, you got to bring that hat up somehow.
Yeah.
That it looked like
Yeah.
Flaming Rocks, and Nick goes, "Is that a flaming rock on your hat?"
So the Kalamazoo Kodiaks, who I interned for a couple of years, and I ended up going on one of the road trips. And so in order to be on the road trip, they considered me a coach, and I had to be in uniform. So I had to wear a jersey, but I wore shorts with it. It was, Springfield, Illinois. That's back when I was in some decent shape. And the funny
You look
thing
better
was,
now than you did back then, Miller. Sorry.
the funny thing was, before the game, as all the fans are there, I'm walking by and the kids want my autograph, and I'm like, I'm not a player, and the players with me are like, just sign it. They don't know who you are. And so here I am signing autographs, everything else, and it was one of the coolest things. I changed my signature because of it. But the other thing too was my picture was in the yearbook for the Kodiaks. So every time kids were there, they saw my picture, and so they wanted, like, can you sign the program? Can you sign the program? So
It's S. Mark Miller.
It's kind of cool to do that, and to be able to have access, to be able to kind of go. It just one of the cool things too we did, as Mike and I were walking up the tunnel, because at 30-minute mark we had to go up to the press box. We had to be off the field, and we were walking up the tunnel with the referees. Yeah. And honestly, I wish I would have got that ref's name, because he would have been great to have on, just kind of talk about it. He was a Big 12 official during the fall. And so all the guys that did the UFL are basically all Power 5 college football referees. So Big 10, Big 12, SEC, ACC, they're all kind of part of those. And I asked him, I said, is this full-time for you? And he basically said that it is because of the UFL. Because with the UFL, that they can take that and basically do it year round and make enough money. He said most of the guys there are teachers that were the officials that kind of do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah.
This is for Mike. What they diagnose you with in the blue injury evaluation tent?
Yeah, I totally threw my elbow out. I thought I was Kozar again. The big 19, the big 1-9. Had the jersey on my back. Tried to throw it 50 yards. Epic fail. Miller goes, "Get in the tent right now. Get yourself in the blue tent."
Speaking of that, talking about the guys that out there and thinking that we could do whatever we wanted to do, you could see the running backs, the wide receivers, the defensive backs, even the linebackers that were all out there. And Mike and I said the same thing, like, these guys really aren't that big. You know, they're, in fact, the big player for the defenders was 5'7", 5'6".
Yeah.
But then the offensive lineman came out and defensive lineman came out.
Yeah, exactly.
And
then we're like, okay, never mind.
I was tiny. I was a little guy standing next to those guys.
Those pictures we posted, though, me behind you as we were walking, and they had we're obviously part of the media crew, but we were walking in front of the roped off area where the fans were at. And that's where it really did look like they were trying to get your autograph. Like, Mark Miller, is it really him? Yes, number 60, Mark Miller.
We got there, and Mike and I are kind of like, we didn't want to step on the field. We're like, what are we allowed to do? Where are we allowed to go? Finally, I think we asked one of the cops or one of the security guys. I'm like, this is our first time here. Where can we go? They're like, wherever you want.
Yeah.
Just don't go don't go in the middle of the field. Yeah.
We had a pass.
So it's kind of cool being down there, seeing everybody, seeing the players, seeing the coaches, and doing that. It was kind of awesome. I think that was really cool of it.
Well, yeah, it was really cool. And I think now, and we talked about this last week when we were there, now we get a little bit more lay of the land. Clearly, we're amateurs. So, but now that we know exactly what to expect when we go back on the 31st,
yeah,
I mean, I haven't told yeah, you'll be there. No, I said, take better notes. Actually, I didn't have the what cojones to ask a question in the post-game press conference. I figured stay in our lane, but it was cool just to get, like I said, a lay of the land. how the press conference went. Mike Nolan was pretty engaging with the media that was there. I don't remember who that one guy was that covers the Panthers a lot. Boy, he was emphatic about this is better than the NFL. This is more engaging. He's the guy that talked about the fans, and he said, these fans are a lot more into it. You know, well, a bunch of drunk idiots running around, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yes. And then he, of course, he also proceeded to tell me that there were certain things that the NFL had indeed stolen from the UFL. I don't know how much of that I believe, but anyways, it was really cool to see the passion of the people that were there. It wasn't just some thrown together thing. The entire presentation, the entire day was very, very well thought out. I mean, if they can really start to get this thing going, and obviously they have, but I'm saying if they can advance this league even more, what'd you call it, Mark? The more or less NFL light, right?
Yeah, I mean, to me, what this really is if you create this as a minor league for the NFL, guys that are on the cusp, and this gives them that extra tryout come from college, I think that's the best way to kind of look at it.
All right, so let's bring up because both of us are public address announcer snobs. So the public address announcer at Ford Field, who does the Lions, I can't remember his name. I'm not going to say his name on there anyways. He's awesome. I think he does a phenomenal job. He really, when we were at the Lions game, a couple of Lions games last year, he gets the crowd engaged, which is exactly what you're supposed to do as an announcer, right? Bring the level up. Let the fans know what's going on, whether it's a third down, whatever, right? But he definitely hearkened back to, and Mark, I think you'll agree with this. It has to be scripted. It has to be from the UFL that says every first down you're going to say this. When the team is, you're going to say it every time. But I swear to God, I heard in my sleep that night, Panthers on the prowl. It's a Michigan Panthers first down. One play later, Panthers on the prowl. That's a Michigan Panthers first down. I'm like, oh my word. This poor guy, he's probably up in the press box doing this, thinking to himself, I have to say this every time. Hopefully somebody doesn't either notice or maybe they do and they know exactly what I have to do. But nonetheless, there's my announcer snob critique, but he's awesome. The guy that's at Ford Field that does the public address announcing is absolutely phenomenal. So
the way he says one pride.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But he was doing the one pride thing, but he was doing Panthers on the prowl. I'm like, Miller and I are like back in our seats going, oh man, the Panthers were on the prowl.
And the only thing I had was it was every single first down. You get a 1 yard, belly option and to your fullback, and he gets 2 yards, and it's like you just got 75-yard reception.
Panthers on the prowl.
Panthers on the prowl. One of the you mentioned it earlier, Mike. One of the cool things too, kind of talking to the guys that were some of the other people that were podcasters that were there. There was the guy, specifically the guys from Crunch Time Sports. Jeff Iafrate, who used to be with Woodward Sports, was there. Got to share some context with him and to really kind of help us out through some of the stuff, because I think we at first maybe felt like, I don't want to say we didn't feel like we belonged, but
I felt like we didn't belong.
But once he kind of said, he goes, it made sense. They're trying to grow it. They're trying to do everything they can. And anybody in the region, I think that's the big thing to help. And really kind of
shout out to those guys from Crunch Time. They were so inviting to us. They were so engaging. They really kind of, you and I were firing questions, you even more so than me, were firing questions to them. And I think a lot of times something like that, maybe they look at it, well, this is, listen, we're not competition to them by any stretch of the imagination. No. We're not in the same stratosphere, and I'm sure they recognize that. But sometimes egos take over, and you're like, dude, I'm not going to answer your questions. What are you talking about? Those guys were so cool. Just a big shout out to them. So I was really, really happy with the way that they were engaging with us.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think, in fact, hopefully we could reach out to them. I'd love to do something before the game in a couple weeks.
31st, Jim, maybe we'll be there. Jim Ward in full attendance.
We will do our own parking lot.
Hey, who was it? Frank Schmerich? He posted last week. He
Where's Jimmy?
He goes, where's Jimmy?
I gotta go shopping.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to go.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
well, let's move on from there. I think as fun as that was, do you realize that we have a team in the city with the best record in the major leagues right now?
Unbelievable.
They are tied with the Dodgers. Of course, I think they're losing right now.
Jimmy just got
to
really
the
close to the
Rangers.
camera. He's like, oh,
But
yeah.
I would have never thought they picked up where they left off.
not even picked up. They are.
No, they're exceeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just playing great baseball back and forth. I mean, you know, and my dad said it. Stan said it 2
Your
weeks
dad,
ago.
yeah.
What did he say, Mike?
He said it reminded him so much of was it 68 or 84? I don't remember. But
68.
he said everyone is contributing. There's no single one player that's excelling above anybody else. I mean, who in the world would have thought that Javier Baez, as they talked about him, but Javi Baez in center field? What? Never in a million years would I thought about that. And then he's on a tear at the plate.
As much money as he's making, he is doing what it takes for the team. He's a role player right now. He's batting against certain guys. He's not batting it, and he's being the leader. What they brought him in for. And somebody, my microphone fell.
Sweet Jesus!
Sorry about that in your ears. When
I can't.
He's
hear.
being. Somebody did say that he's great when he's on a winning team. And he really goes, but when he's not on a winning team, it's like he doesn't care. He's cashing.
What's Mike Trout's excuse? Because he's never on a winning team, but he excels. Yeah, that poor guy, man.
Well, it's such a young clubhouse, so it's extremely impressive, and you got to give it up for AJ Hinch.
Yep.
I heard a story the other day when they sent Torque down. AJ Hinch called him every single day until he came back up.
Yeah,
like
texted, called. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, he's he impresses me more by the day. Again, we don't dive necessarily into the ins and outs of the game, but more from a peripheral viewpoint. But you can tell how those players play for him, and he knows what buttons to push. He knows situational baseball, and it's pretty impressive. He almost reminds me a lot of the old Mike Hargrove days back with the Indians. Same type of thing, you know, Kenny Lofton, Albert Bell, Omar Vizquel, those guys, Sandy Alomar. I mean, it reminds me a lot of them because those guys had a tremendous amount of talent, but Hargrove knew exactly how to utilize each one of them. And he got the most out of every player. And AJ Hinch is doing the same exact thing with this Tigers team. And it's pretty impressive. Okay. Growing up an Indians fan, growing up a Tribe fan, didn't like the Tigers necessarily, but this team, I'm finding it extremely hard to root against. I'm not rooting against them. Listen, all my Cleveland friends, please, earmuffs.
Well, here's the thing. You're an Indians fan. You're not a Guardians fan.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can't. I cringe when I say Guardians. I just like, oh, come on, seriously. It's the
Cleveland
it's the
Spiders. They should have went with the Spiders.
They should have went with the Spiders.
Clear as day. Yeah.
That would have been easier to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chief Wahoo, I love you. Sorry.
One of the more racist.
I say, you Jobu. I'll do it myself.
By the way, both of you, Mike Hargrove's nickname when he played. Do you remember it?
The human rain delay.
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yes, he was. That would not fly today.
He would step out of the box 10 times, readjust his gloves, take his helmet off, tie his cleats every time. Oh, he got to those pitchers. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy there. And I was looking at something again. Skubal, after he got hit hard the first two games, I think he's 5-2 with a 2.4 ERA.
Job got knocked around the other night.
Yeah.
But listen, once again, he's a young kid, man. That you want to talk about a prospect, you want to talk about potential. Whoo! Yeah, I'm pretty excited about him, to say the least.
He's
but even look what Torque's doing. It's like you said. I mean, Jimmy said the same thing, right? You talked about AJ Hinch who was it, Torque that went down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Called him every day. Okay, if you don't think that makes a difference in a player's life and in their career, when you've got a manager that, of course, he doesn't want to send you down to the minor leagues, but if he's calling you every single day and he's watching and trying to mentor you to get back up to the organization, this again, these players will go to war with this guy, and that is why this team is playing the way they're playing. And there's no end in sight. They were talking about this on the radio the other morning, that there's the naysayers and all these people are just like, well, wait till July when they start to fumble over themselves. Okay, they're gonna have missteps. Every baseball team through the course of 182 games absolutely has missteps, right? They go through lulls, they go through highs, they go through lows, this, that, and everything else. But this team is for real. They are absolutely for real. I don't get to watch a ton of them, but you can tell again, this team they've got something going on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's our next thing. I think do we try to get Tigers credentials for a game?
Oh yes,
That's all you, Miller.
yes. We should call our new BFF the Hammer, Jennifer Hammond.
I will say this. We on our press passes said the Unfunniest podcast, and when I just think about if I had to ask a question and be like, yes, I'm Mark Miller from the Unfunniest podcast, and have everyone laugh at you in the middle of the press room, but we may have to go by 1960 Media or 1960 Productions when we get Tigers.
No, if I was gonna ask a question, I was gonna, hey, Mike Ward, Mark Miller here from the Unfunniest podcast. I know you've heard of us; we're a big deal, but that third quarter pass, what did you?
Well, there's other ways to do it too. I don't want to say it on here, but
right, exactly.
Yeah, so that's awesome. There, Scooble, best pitcher in baseball again, as we mentioned.
You forgot.
Exciting.
Listen, real quick, we got to go real quick back to the Panthers game. You forgot to bring up that you got your, what handed to you because you spent $45 on
the
2
concession
pieces
prices.
of pizza, a Pepsi.
Water.
My bottle of water.
$45. I'm sorry. The giant slices. What? That
His
big?
phone went off immediately from
You
Kathy.
spent $45.
Yeah. Yes.
holy cow.
She probably thought we bought 6 beers.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm getting a pizza and a pop.
Should have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
$45.
Well, you
Damn
get
you,
one
Miller.
Slice too, right?
$11 a slice. It was
I know it's a big slice, but
$11 for the souvenir
What happened to
cup.
the Cardinal Mooney $1 lunch Little Caesar? No.
And then it was $7 for his bottle of water. I'm just mad because Sage told us there would be food in the press box. There was no food in the press box.
Yeah, we didn't get any of our free food.
Oh.
It was in the pamphlet. It was in the pamphlet with the media lineup of what exactly we could expect being in the, go ahead, Jim. It looks like you're going to ask a very important question.
I would have left. That's the most important thing. I would have left.
We're bringing snacks next time.
I would have raised it. If that didn't work, I would have left.
This is an outrage.
Our
Where
backpack is going to be just purely snacks.
Where is my free lunch?
Apparently, Jeff Iafredi said they normally have pulled pork sandwiches. I was like, yes, that'd be great.
Yeah, that
No
be
pulled
good.
pork sandwiches. Of course.
No pork for you.
How many? The worst thing, Jimmy. They had the soda machines. They had the pop machines there, all set up. They were turned off. At least we could have got free pop. Nope,
Yep.
no free pop. Nope.
Yep.
No. So all right. So maybe we'll go.
Well,
back again.
hold on. I got to bring up a. We don't have a video of him. Maybe you do. Of the public address announcer at Comerica Park. That kid's pretty good. I think he's like 28 years old. He's a voice of an angel. Yeah, he's pretty good. Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, let me bring this up. I think I can get that here. It was pretty. I shocked, and apparently it was kind of cool. They were showing the. There's a video in TikTok or whatever it was showing him and basically his spotter as they're doing
you've got the
introductions.
spotter, right? Exactly. And they tell him exactly when to go, when to stop, who's next, whatever it might be. But sorry, indigestion. Yeah, I was pretty impressed because I knew that I went to. I think I told you that I went to a couple games last year, and again, here comes the Ward announcer snob. I'm sitting in the stands and I'm thinking to myself, this guy, whoever it is awful. He's monotone. Now batting, number 60, Mark Miller.
I could totally see.
Oh no! You forgot the thing. It was now batting number 60, Mark Miller.
Yeah, that's it. You got to do the double take on the.
Miller.
S.
Miller.
Mark Miller. I should
I'm
tell
trying
real
to find-
quick. What? You
Go
find
ahead.
him. I'm going
Go
to tell.
ahead.
I'm going to tell the quick story about how we got to S. Mark Miller. We went to the Meyer on Hall and Hayes. Miller goes to the ATM machine. I swear to God, this is probably 25 years ago. And I'm behind him. I'm watching it now. I'm not looking at his pin. He pulls it up, and the screen says, "Hello, S. Mark
S.
Miller." I'm like, what? Why did they just put your middle initial before your name, S. Mark Miller? And to this day, it's one of those things that I always say to him, like, listen, S. Mark Miller. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find it?
No, I can't. I'm trying to find it here. It's
All right, move along.
Yeah, we'll find it later. We'll. I thought I sent it to you on a text message.
We're done here.
I'm trying to. So
Would you
yeah,
ride a horse get Meyer for a penny?
Did you what?
Sandy
Ride a horse
was.
get Meyer for a penny?
Yeah,
exactly. That was the
Sandy
best
was-
ever.
Sandy was caught doping, so she's no longer allowed to do any of that. So
Bummer.
yeah, so we kind of go through there. But all right, as good as we talk about the Tigers, as positive as things were with the Lions in the draft and Red Wings, whatever, it was a tough end to the Pistons season. Tough end of the Pistons season.
Yeah. Yep, that it was.
Season, they fell short. Move on.
Yeah, well, again, I mean, Trajan Langdon talked about it earlier, middle part of the week, I think. And he made some pretty good points. I saw some bullet points about not becoming the Atlanta Hawks, trying to go all in too quick, which I don't think he's going to do. I also don't think that they should rest on their laurels and think they're going to dial it back again. But I don't think he's going to do that. I think he realizes who they need, where their weaknesses are at, obviously where their strengths are at. I think you saw Cade Cunningham, a budding star, rise right in front of our eyes. The kid's going to be something special, man. And how level-headed he is, even at the crunch time of those games. Listen, they could have won that series easily. They could. Listen, if you go back, they could have. I know what a shoulda, coulda. They could have won that series in a sweep. I don't think that would have happened, but I mean, there's a lot of ways you could have looked at that game 6, and they could have been the ones that were putting the Knicks away. So I think there's a lot of positive to come out of that. I think they all. Yes, you found it. There's that young man right there. Let's hear this. This is the voice of an angel.
4, 3, 2, 1. Gentlemen starters. Go set.
And now let's meet the starters for the visiting Kansas City Royals. The Royals are led by manager Matt Quatrera. Leading off in
They
playing
not like us. They not like us. Is that all it was?
I was just going to say that, yeah.
Might have been another one.
Okay. Please ignore the bathroom setting.
This kid's got a deep voice, man. He's good.
does.
I like him.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
No, he was at Michigan.
Is he new?
He what?
Is he new?
No, I think this is his first year.
3. Step out. 3, 2.
Yeah, there's a spotter right there.
Football. Go set.
And now the starting lineup for your Detroit Tigers.
how he
That's
gets
really
the-
good.
The growl in there a little bit, right?
The Tigers are managed by A.J. Hinch.
See, that's sending reverberations through me.
Leading off, the second baseman, number 25, Gleyber Torres.
He is good.
Go Paul. Go Zach.
Batting second, the left fielder, number 30, Kerry Carpenter.
And let me tell you too, and Mike and I have done enough games. We've done enough different sports, everything else like that.
Third,
It's not as easy as it looks.
39, Zach McKinstry.
I'm going to need Jim to be in the background for me doing that.
Paul. Go Zach.
Batting fourth,
I could just picture at North next year. Jimmy's.
Spencer
What's happening?
Torkelson.
It almost makes me want to get him a glass of water. Like, dude, doesn't your throat hurt? But it sounds phenomenal.
Jimmy, listen. Okay, I got to tell you really quick. So today, I announced the CHSL first round of the playoffs. Luther North versus Gabriel Richard, Pioneers of Gabriel Richard. Anyways, Jimmy got out the EVs, hence the hat.
So what
Listen.
is EVs?
Go ahead,
It's
Jim.
Electro Voice. It's one of the top brands for sports venues, things like that. DJ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
dude.
So when we do our Unfunniest podcast tour, you're going to be doing all this, right?
Weren't you at the marina for the 4th of July?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. That was only one speaker, though.
No.
Did you have both of them there?
I brought everything.
So, anyways, I brought my 9,400 watt generator because there's no power out at the field at North, but whatever. James Lazarus, the head coach, and I talked about that going forward. But anyways, ran an extension cord, powered up the EVs, had them both going. Dude, I walked out to just on the edge of the grass past second base, and you could feel those speakers. It was phenomenal. Even the players are like, whoa. And then the funny thing was, because they came up to me right before the game and they said, hey, listen, we know this was kind of last second, so we can't give you walk-up music. How about if we play the walk-up music from the dugout with our speaker and then you announce it? I'm like, well, that's cool. And I thought we were going to be able to hear it. So I would fade down the music. Jimmy and I would fade down the music on the big speakers. It was like dead silence. And I'm like, leading off for the Mustang. There's no walk-up music, which is fine. I mean, it wasn't a big deal at all. And I think the kids still loved it.
Nothing against them, but yeah, I mean, we'll just have to be more prepared next
time. Yeah, I told the kids, I go, listen, the next time we do this, if we get a chance to do this again, you guys give me your walk-up songs. We'll incorporate it into my production or our Jimmy and I's production. And then we'll do the announcing over the top of that because you couldn't hear their speaker. But anyways, once again, Jim, thank you. That was phenomenal.
Yeah. Dude, I had
Jimmy's
fun.
That setup was absolutely awesome. I mean,
it was. I'm glad we moved the one speaker to the other side.
To the other side, yeah, right.
Yeah, it worked out perfect.
Here we go, geeking out again on sound systems and announcing. Sorry, guys.
Stay tuned for EV to add.
Yeah.
Well, let's get
the goal. Wait a minute. Hold on, real quick. The goal was to get Captain Shane Strahler to hear us from his house about what is that? Was that about I don't know, a quarter mile, probably half a mile.
If that, yeah.
Yeah. We didn't hear any reporting from.
They were facing the wrong way. But
they were. Yeah, you're right. They were facing the wrong way. But the worst part is we got silence and no reply from Captain Shane Strahler. To Shane Strahler. Did you hear us? No. Anyways.
What are you doing, Shane?
Yeah, what are you doing, Shane? Oh, we know what Shane's doing. Yeah, we know what Shane's doing.
So
anyways. Oh yeah, we were talking about the Pistons. My gripe was Bickerstaff needs to not complain to the rest from the opening tip for the love of everything that is holy. Man alive, that guy harps on those. I mean, listen, clearly he's been doing this. He's a professional basketball coach in the NBA. He must know what he's doing. But at least from an outsider standpoint, it's like, dude, you're riding those refs from the opening tip. Do you really think that's going to get? And then the worst, the epitome of the whole thing was, he challenged the call. They reviewed the call. They upheld the call, which he didn't win, obviously. And then he gets teed up right after. It's like, what are you doing, man? I mean, was that game 4, I think? I think it was game 4 at home. Yeah, it kind of turned the game at that point. It's like, know what's going on in the game. Let's not get teed up after a loss of a – yeah. Sorry, I get frustrated.
So I wanted to bring up something. Remember we talked about Mike and I being announcer snobs, the whole Mason with Detroit basketball and everything else there. I saw an interview. There's a podcast called All the Smoke with Matt Barnes and I can't remember who else, and Steven Jackson. It's a great podcast. They had Rasheed Wallace on there, and I'm going to play a clip from this because it talks about Mason. Apparently, the Pistons players loved what Mason did, and that's why he does it. And by the way,
there's nobody better.
No, it's an hour and a half long interview. But if you get a chance, we'll post it to our social media. I love Rasheed Wallace anyhow, but
they're talking about Mason.
Them all, yeah, they was cut off probably up to like right about here. And
that shit was fly. It's still fly.
But no, you know what?
I did pregame dancing come into play. Look at the pregame dance right here. Yeah.
Pregame dance.
You can be honest.
Dude.
Can they catch you doing this?
If that doesn't get a team fired up, what does?
What is he? It came from the people.
Oh,
man.
Man.
From the energy of the crowd. Because when Mason was announcing our names, the crowd was hype and everything was all. It was just that energy. We all I felt their energy, and I did a special tribute as well, like only in the playoffs. Every time we made the playoffs, I would point this way, and the whole crowd. I point this way, and every which way I would point in all four directions.
Like a wrestler.
Man, like a wrestler. And the crowd would be hyped, and it's like, oh, let's get this shit going. Yo. Let's get this shit going. And, man, it was just exciting and just being silly and having fun, man. You know, everybody think that basketball players is always mad and this and that. No, we out there having fun too.
This is
from 2004
the Tayshaun Prince block.
Let's start off.
One of the most infamous blocks
in the 2004
when Tayshaun
blocks Reggie's shot. We just had Reggie on the show, and he said that shit still haunts him. He said he would trade his push off on Jordan to hit the jumper to be able to take this layup back and be able to make it. What was going through your guys' mind? Obviously, that could have sealed it right there.
That would have been a tie.
Score, by the way. Look at the score. This is the first half score in today's NBA. This is the fourth quarter with
69-67.
And Tayshaun had this incredible block. Talk us through this.
I got that picture. You see that angle they just showed from up top? I got that picture in the vault. And I swear to goodness, y'all, that ball is like a fraction of an inch away from the backboard.
About as close as I was to hitting Kobe with the ball.
Yes.
Close. Close as fuck, right?
A fraction.
Right there.
And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, that. At the time, I was like, all right, good block or whatever, you know, we got it. But reminiscing about it, you know, maybe a year or two after that, was like, damn, that was a great playoff moment. Like we all know playoff moments.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about playoff moments. I mean, that's what the Pistons were known for. I guess he did an appearance at StockX in Detroit a couple weeks ago, and so that's what they were doing. But you know,
I still think that's goaltending.
No, it's not goaltending. That was not.
He was joking when he got in.
When Reggie Miller said that.
Yeah.
You know, she brought up something pretty cool, and obviously it's the NBA. But this is something that I've been trying to advocate for. Mark, you know, I've talked about this too. But even at the high school level, when we played, the crowd was crazy at every gym we went to. The student sections were engaged. Now there are certain high schools where it's still that way, but it's almost few and far between. We talk about this at North. I've talked about it with some of the parents. I've talked about it with some of the kids. We'll get some pretty good student sections out there, but these kids need to realize, get involved in the game. What did she just say? They feed off the crowd. If they feed off the crowd, think about how the high school kids feed off of a crowd. If you've got a packed gym that the acoustics, that sound can't go anywhere, think about the energy that creates. So I guess there's my rant again.
Well,
yeah.
I find myself going off on these things.
Dave's games at Deal with That, Mike.
Oh.
They had an awesome student section.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Brother Rice right now is the one that I'm really thinking about, that it is impossible to go into Brother Rice and win. Maybe not impossible, but it's pretty doggone hard to go in there and win. That student section is across from the visitors' bench. They are raucous. It is deafening in that place. You can't hear yourself think, and that is 100% a home court advantage. So
absolutely,
yeah. If any of you kids are out there listening to this, let's really hype it up next year. Even at the football games, man, the football games, real fast, same thing. Massive student section, even bigger, obviously, fan section with parents and everybody else. Holy cow, there was one game this year where they had, I think it was the St. Peter kids from next door. The St. Peter kids were making an unbelievable amount of noise, and the student section is over there, and they're all on their phones. It's a social aspect. It's like, oh, wow, okay. Big point in the game, there's no noise. And even the players on the field, they're turning around, the fans going like, make some stinking noise, for crying out loud.
Well, I got a megaphone taken away from me at one of Deal South's football games.
Well, that's what we need, a megaphone.
It had the siren on it and everything. And, sure enough, one of the staff members walks up and it's like, listen.
Sorry, Miller, I derailed off of your schedule.
All right, let's get back
go ahead.
We run a tight ship here. So let's, for all of our one listener who can't stand sports, Ann, that's you. So Ann Honinghausen, this is for you. I found this the other day. The top 10 most overrated sports movies of all time. Jerry Maguire.
Rated?
No, I bend it like Beckham. Okay, I guess I could see Brian's song. Gonna eat those mashed potatoes. Gonna eat some mashed potatoes.
Sea biscuit. Sea biscuit.
61.
No. Was that the Roger Maris?
Yeah, that was the one filmed at Tiger Stadium.
Oh yeah, that's right.
$1 Million Baby. I guess so. Fever Pitch. Yeah, Fever Pitch was okay. Wasn't my favorite, but it was okay. Invincible. Yeah, same thing. Cheesy. Cool Runnings. Come on now. That's not overrated.
No, right.
I think I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. 6 of the top 10 I think I've seen.
If they would have put Major League in there, I swear to God, I would have walked out of this podcast.
Yeah.
You know what?
Of the year.
Henry Rowan Gardner? My microphone fell again.
Man, what is your problem?
I don't know.
Control yourself, Miller.
He can't feel his heart. He can't feel his arms. He was washing a car today.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's what you get for doing manual labor on your wife's vehicle.
All right. So now,
go ahead.
Okay, now we're going to talk about things, and I mentioned it about quotes. What movie do you watch? Do you know line for line?
Yes. Jim, go ahead.
Yeah.
Jim, you start.
Right. So I thought long and hard about this, and it's one of those questions. This is a great question, by the way, that you would. I'm going to rant here for a minute. Sorry.
Please do.
So it's one of those questions where you think the answer comes straight to your head, like there's no thinking about it. But then I kind of step back and I'm like, I'm missing something. For example, I do want to say this first. I'm going to assume or guess that all 3 of our answers are movies that are at least 10 to 15 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
mine's older than that.
Okay. So with that being said, all right, so when you're growing up and you see a movie for the first time and you don't know who the main actor is, actress, it's a great movie. So you start to follow them, whether it's comedy, action, whatever. So I was going to use Brad Pitt, for example, but no, let's not go there. Let's go with Rachel McAdams. Okay.
Oh.
So she's in,
good Canadian girl.
So she's in Wedding Crashers. She's great. Okay. So then she comes out with Game Night. She's great in that. All right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be the first to admit this. The Notebook. It's a good movie.
It is.
Ryan Gosling.
It is.
He's a great actor. Have you seen him on Saturday Night Live? He's hilarious.
He is funny.
Yeah.
Oh, Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was Beavis.
Yeah.
All right. So anyways, where I'm getting at with this is you just keep following these actors, actresses. So I broke it down to Will Ferrell and Jim Carrey.
Oh,
so
good.
You kind of go through each of their movies, right? For me, Jim Carrey came on top. Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. That was his first movie, right?
Ace.
believe
Yeah, it was. Well, he was on In Living Color before that.
Well, that's the thing.
But
So
movie-wise,
you start to follow him, and then you start watching his SNL skits.
Yeah,
and then
right.
In Living Color. So then he had, what was it? The Mask, When Nature Calls, Man on the Moon. That wasn't really that good.
The Cable Guy.
Very underrated. That movie.
Okay, where are we going with this, Jimmy? This has been 5 minutes.
All right, yeah. So, anyways, long story short,
Yeah, Jim, please move along.
Jim Carrey's probably the biggest actor I followed that I like the most. And then I'm like, all right, what's the movie?
Go
Dumb and
outside,
Dumber.
nerd.
Dumb and Dumber.
Get out. Go.
Dumb and Dumber's the one I
ain't got
know
time to
the
be
most
distracted
lines
by your worthless chime-ins.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
on.
Yeah, Dumb and Dumber for sure.
Yeah. Dumb and Dumber
so
is
there's my
awesome.
rant. Sorry about
Okay.
Sorry too.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
We still love you, Jim.
I'm gonna mute my mic.
All right, Michael, you.
Do you want my rating of movies?
What is
Ooh, I
your
quote them.
movie? What is the movie you know from beginning to end? You can quote everything on.
Oh, Ace Ventura. Yeah, Ace Ventura. That's probably it. That or Ron Burgundy, Anchorman. It's got to be one of those two. But probably Ace Ventura.
He's
Why?
got a
So you
voice
could
that
beat
can
him,
make a Wolverine
fatty. What are you feeding your dog?
There's only
food.
one there's only one for me that I can recite word for word.
Einhorn is a man. Oh, yes.
That is a good one.
I could even, in 1965, the top naval aviators were sent. Top Gun. The problem with it, I can't help myself. Especially in the scene where Goose and Maverick are on the carrier at first and they get kicked off, and the admiral's yelling at them, and you've done 2 flybys and 1 admiral's daughter, Penny Benjamin, and you asshole, you're just lucky to be here. Thank you, sir.
Penny Benjamin.
I can't.
She's in the movie.
I can't believe they were number 1. You were number 2. They lost it. You guys are number 1. You guys are going to Miramar.
Yes.
You're going to be flying a cargo plane full of rubber dog shit out of Hong Kong. Like, Kathy refuses to watch that movie with me now because I can't help myself. It's word for word. I have to repeat.
See, this is what we do, though. I mean, what did I just do when you were talking? I started doing the Finkel and Einhorn, Finkel and Einhorn, Finkel and Einhorn.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Einhorn is a man. Oh my God. Sorry.
So I came up with in a similar topic, the 18 most quotable movies of all time. So I'm not going to show them to you. I found this on Esquire magazine. It's from a few years ago. It's from 2016.
Every day.
But one of them they had, and let's see, can you guys list any quotes from these specific movies? I guarantee for most part, all of them you've seen. The movie Clueless.
Oh, is that the one with
that's the one with
Alicia Silverstone?
Alicia Silverstone, yeah.
As If.
Can I quote that?
Oh, we'd be jeeping? Oh, it was a great movie.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. Next. What's the next one on the list, Miller?
Okay.
Move along.
Then I don't think these are specifically in order, but The Princess Bride. Hello, my name is Antonio Mantilla. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Your story has become tiresome. Next.
Have fun storming the castle? Billy Crystal?
What?
You've never seen Princess Bride?
No.
What year was that?
Oh, here. Hold on.
Oh, boy. Now we have to be subjected to a clip.
Yes.
Man.
If you were in my house right now, I'd hit you over the head with a bat.
I got to be honest.
Yes.
I'm not impressed with the first 3.
Yeah, me either. It's very underwhelming.
My name.
The hell of a mullet.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
That's kind of funny.
Hello.
It's a great movie. I don't think we've shown Charlotte.
Okay, what's number 4?
It's great.
And
Okay.
name's real.
My ADD is kicking in.
The next movie, Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery.
Nah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's a great movie.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's
I thought that was highly
freaking
overrated,
lasers.
but I'm gonna get murdered for this. But I really did. My opinion was those movies were way overrated. But go ahead.
They were. It was candy. That's all it was. It wasn't anything special.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction was good.
Oh,
Good movie.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen that.
yeah.
Say what
Pulp
again?
Fiction was amazing.
Say
Scarface.
what again?
Scarface.
Scarface.
But that's only for one line. Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah. See, that's now we're really dating everybody because that one that came out in the 70s, late 70s. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, all right.
What rapper, what gangster wannabe doesn't quote Scarface all the time?
Yeah. Right.
Mean Girls, and I've never seen it, honestly.
Neither have I. Next.
I'm going to share my screen for this next one. Close your eyes.
Oh, hold on. There's no peeking? Is that what you're trying to say? Tell me when I can open my eyes.
Come on, Miller. About the false.
Oh, yeah.
Can I make my way over?
In your hole.
Can I get on as a Twitter in Himalayas? A looper? It's a looper. You know, a caddy. Looper.
I'm just going to fast forward to the end.
Jack.
Yeah.
On your deathbed, you will receive total consciousness. So I got that.
that is that one, and the scene with Spalding. I want a hot dog. I want a hamburger. I want a quesadilla. You're going to get nothing and like it. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a great one. All right, next one, Wedding Crashers.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
She's a stage 5 clinger.
Rachel McAdams.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Ma, the meatloaf.
Oh, well, hold on a minute. Oh, no. What did I just do? Oh, I turned
Where'd
the
Mike
camera
go?
off. Sorry, hold on. Wait, okay, hold on. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I know, epic fail. Share my screen. Are we ready? Here we go.
Hey, Mom! The meatloaf!
Yes. Yes.
We've got
So
Charlotte.
great.
We've got Charlotte every once in a while yelling, "Ma, the meatloaf." This next one, same thing.
Hold on.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
Yeah. Good.
Good. More for me and you.
Tommy Kraft, if you're watching, that one's for you.
Old School is the next one.
Oh,
Once it
another
hits your
one.
lips,
Yes.
it's so good.
Yes.
Earmuffs.
Go on, streaking.
There's one thing that really makes me mad though about the whole thing with Old School, and it's so stupid. And it's another one. Kathy screams at me every time we watch it. The Mitchapalooza was on Thursday night, and he says, "What are your plans?"
Oh,
the Mitchapalooza, yeah. And he said, and they ask him, they're like, "What are your plans for tomorrow?" He goes, "I don't know. It's a busy Saturday. I don't know how much time we're gonna have." No, the next day would have been Friday, not Thursday, not Saturday. All right. Paris is burning. I'm not even going to start that.
You think KFC's still open?
It's a little cold outside, isn't it?
Well, I mean, listen, from Old School, that's how he got "Damn you, Miller! Damn you, Rod! Damn you! Damn you, Roger!"
Oh, that's right. You're my boy, Blue. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but this is an awesome one. The Big Lebowski. The Dude Abides.
What? Oh, The Big Lebowski?
Yeah.
See,
the rug really tied the room together. Oh, it's a great one. Step Brothers. It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Oh.
Oops.
Miller dropped an F-bomb on the podcast that we said no F-bombs.
But you have to. It's the Catalina wine mixer.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Whatever.
Monty Python in the Search for the Holy Grail. It's just a flesh wound.
Oh, no, it's just a flesh wounds from it. That's from
no.
European Vacation.
No.
Yes, when when Clark W. Griswold ran over the guy on the bike, and he gets up, and the blood is squirting from his arms, and he goes, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's just a flesh wound."
And do you know that the guy was a member of Monty Python?
Oh, I didn't know that.
So that's the inside joke. Yeah, I fart in your general direction. The movie. If you haven't seen the movie Swingers, it's a great movie. You're so money. Friday. You ain't got no job. You ain't got bleep to do. Let's get high. Bye, Felicia. Anchorman. There's another one on there. That escalated quickly.
Yeah.
So those are the ones that we kind of went through there. We could go on and on. I think our significant others hate us for as much as we talk in drops and we talk in quotes all the time when it comes to that.
Pretty much.
But I
Where
think
would
that's
we be
the hard
without
part.
all of our drops.
One of the things I have thought about though, when was the last time you were at a movie theater?
Top Gun 2.
Yeah.
Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah. Maverick.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't we go, Jim?
I didn't go with you guys.
No.
It was either that or probably one of the Transformers movies, because of course I'm such an Optimus Prime.
Oh, my Lord, Michael.
I know. Autobots transform and roll
Jimmy,
out.
Jimmy, I don't know if you saw what I just printed out recently.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'm so excited I can't see straight. It's
Well,
the Autobot symbol.
I'm gonna. Mike asked for one for the golf cart, so I'm gonna print out one for the
Bumblebee,
golf
stop
cart.
lubricating the man.
All right. So movies, we need to get out more. The last ones I've gone to see were all Charlotte movies, so I haven't gone to see anything kind of crazy there. But what we are going to now go to I think from all of our clips, I think we've really realized that this by far is the best segment we currently have on our podcast. So I think it deserved a theme song and an intro. So worked on something together, Michael, and give me your thoughts on this.
Oh man.
It's time for everyone's favorite segment, Mike's Rant of the Week. And now, here is Mike with his rant.
Is that Kathy?
Yeah.
That
Okay.
was phenomenal.
Okay, hold on a second before Mike goes. I was gonna make the comment: did you hire a phone sex operator?
Kathy, I'm not going to lie. That was absolutely spectacular.
was
That
good.
voice was amazing.
Yeah, she did a great job.
She's got an absolute future in voiceover.
Did she dress up for that?
Huh? She ought.
Here, I'll play that again for everyone. So you guys can
Play
hear
that one more time, will you?
Yes.
It's time for everyone's favorite segment, Mike's Rant of the Week. And now, here is Mike with his rant.
Oh, man. I almost can't rant. I'm too excited.
It reminds me of that Seinfeld episode where Elaine makes that play or that tape recording.
Oh.
Jerry and George
Yeah.
are like, oh my God, who is this?
Miller, if you think about it, maybe send me that in a separate file in my email.
The raw data.
Damn, Kath. Woo! Yeah. All right, you want my rant? My rant of the week.
I want your rant.
All
What is
right,
your
here
rant?
we go. This I'm going to bring up this picture. I got to share my screen because this happened this week. And here is my rant. We're going to go with right about here. Now, you'll look at this picture. Now, if you'll kindly look at the black vehicle, to the right of the black vehicle is the cart corral. This is where you're supposed to put carts when you're done emptying them into your vehicle. Now, please focus your attention to the left of the black vehicle where there are two carts, one spot over. Some lazy, worthless human being, subhuman for that matter, decided to put those carts in the front, probably to the side of them because they were parked maybe two spots over. Listen, are we seriously to a point, and this is not the abnorm. I see this all the time. Look at this. What is it? 25 feet to walk your stupid cart to the cart corral? For the love of God, work off some energy and take your cart, put it in the cart corral. Now, I should have taken a picture down past the other vehicles down there. There were two more down there. So probably only another 10 feet. More carts that could very easily have been put into the cart corral. So this is my rant of the week. Please do your part. Put your carts back where they belong. It cannot be that difficult. Can we hear Kathy's voice again?
Hang on, I gotta piggyback off that. I got a quick story.
Yeah, go ahead.
Walking in the Meijer yesterday. Obviously, you go through the doors, whatever you want to call it. It's an atrium before you walk through the next doors. So this lady's coming out, and she has 3 bags in her cart. She's leaving. So she picks up the 3 bags, and she leaves her cart in the middle of the atrium.
Oh.
And I'm like, you could, if you walk another
Neanderthals.
10 feet,
They walk amongst us still.
I'm like, oh my God.
How
just
lazy
pure
can you be?
Just pure laziness.
You know what these people are? These are the same people that feel that they don't have time to get out and go get groceries. They pull up to the automatic, whatever it is. They come out and deliver your groceries, put it in your back seat.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, you've had some issues. You've had some health issues.
Hey, I'm handicapped.
You have a legitimate excuse.
I
see men my age that are perfectly healthy that sit in their car while some poor sap put your groceries in your backseat. Get out of your car, you lazy son of a... Go inside the grocery store.
I will say this, that we do the Meijer pickup. And for 2 things. Number one, it's just easy because Kathy shops on Saturday nights, Sunday mornings, we pick it up. But the other reason why we do it, we save so much money by not going into the grocery store because you only get what you need. you're not like, oh, I'll pick up this, I'll pick up these, I'll do that. You know,
See, I
how
don't
many
have that
times
problem.
you're also disciplined. I'm not disciplined.
You like discipline.
You like discipline? What's that?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
No,
is you can't fix stupid. It's just impossible.
My question though is, I park in handicap a lot. I have difficulty walking. I got nerve damage. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Why are there
You're a
no car
delinquent.
corrals? Why are there no car corrals by the handicap where you would need them closer?
Well, because
They're
I feel
always
like
further down.
I feel like they feel that they can't necessarily return the card. I don't know why.
You would think it'd be easier, but who knows? Who the heck knows?
But seriously, it's all over the place. Like you walk through a Costco parking lot, a Meijer parking lot, a Kroger parking lot. There are carts, sometimes almost literally next to the cart corral, that people don't put a. Like, how can you be that lazy, especially on a windy day?
And everybody, that was Mike's theme song and rant.
It's time for everyone's favorite segment, Mike's Rant of the Week. And now, here is Mike with his rant.
So Kathy, she's got a hidden talent?
Yeah. Listen, that's severely underrated. We're going to have her on immediately. Can you start yelling for her right now? I can't. That was just listen. That just made my whole week.
All right, I'm going to make an executive change. We're going to cut out the next segment 7, Michael. We're going to talk.
Are we saving that for next week?
Because we're already over an hour, but we cannot let
time flies when you're having fun.
We cannot let your favorite channel of all time that escape us with your debut, the discussion for that.
Oh,
what debuted 40 years ago?
Oh, hold on. Let me share my screen again. Here we go.
41?
No, well, whatever. Now, listen, anybody that's watching this, you've got to hearken back. Hold on.
This is the Weather Channel. Coming up on the forecast, we'll have more weather information from across the nation right here on the Weather Channel.
Look at that. Thursday, mostly sunny, high in the mid-70s. Your local temperature right now is 16 degrees Celsius. Today, partly sunny, high around 70. Northeast wind, 10 to 15 miles an hour. I'm telling you, I saw that video, and it immediately brought me back to living in Toledo, Ohio. And then I was like, oh my God, I totally remember this. You would like get glued to the TV, you'd watch the local forecast, and it happened every 8 minutes. Every 8 minutes, you got your local forecast. And then they'd cut to Jim Cantori in some hurricane someplace.
Okay.
It's back when he was young.
Weather obviously does not change that much. And neither do sports scores on Sports Center when you watch them the next morning. Remember when they used to just rerun Sports Center the entire day till noon?
Oh, yeah.
What was the more loser aspect, watching the Weather Channel all morning or watching all the replays of Sports Center for 6 hours expecting something to change?
Well, I would say watching the Weather Channel all morning would be a little more on the loser side. So yes, I'm the biggest loser of the day.
Do you still check the weather on your CB radio on your boat? Do you go to the weather?
Not as much as I used. No, not nearly as much. Yeah, the Weather Channel's on there, and honestly, those are pretty accurate because they have real time reporting information from different stations across the Great Lakes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a NOAA. Well, okay, so I'll tell you this really quick. That is a NOAA weather forecast. I have on my phone the NOAA weather app, which is this. So it's basically that it's, well, you can't see it, but anyways, it's the NOAA weather app. So it's about as accurate. Now, this is how much of a dork I am. So at the bottom, there is a forecast discussion. So I actually yes.
Get in discussions with these
yes,
people.
I get it. No, I don't get in discussions with them, but I
You're in the forums?
What? No.
Chat forums?
No. This is the meteorologist. They're in White Lake. They report.
Oh, God damn it! It's Michael again. He's talking to us.
No, they report exactly what they're seeing. So I read this, and then I, in my psychopath head, think to myself, well, if this is going to happen, I actually think this is going to happen now. Yeah, sorry.
Once again,
I got in the head of Mike Ward.
the summer of,
Sorry.
I think it was 94, 95. In fact, when you met Rebecca, when we all worked at Dry Dock, and I swear every 15 minutes,
freshman year in college.
Mike had the CB radio going just so we could hear the weather all the time. And then he's looking outside and screaming. Thank God no one's in the store. Like, son of a... Look, it's sunny out. What are you talking about? It's going to rain, or vice versa.
Mike, you got to find out what kind of...
I have serious issues.
You got to find out what kind of chromosomes you have.
Listen, I am not nearly that bad anymore. I'm not even close to that bad.
Oh, no.
I have...
because he looks on his phone now. He looks on his phone.
Exactly.
He doesn't verbalize it.
Yeah, but I'll show up to the boat at the marina and I'll clean in, and he'll get up and he'll just be like, "What the hell is this? It's supposed to be sunny all day. Where are these clouds coming from?"
And that's without not knowing anyone's there. He's just talking to the clouds up on top.
It's supposed to be no wind. Look at these damn trees.
All right. Well, I think to end this, let's. I think to end it.
Listen to Kathy again. Go ahead. Yes, sure.
No,
sorry.
Mike,
go ahead.
I'm a little concerned about you. So as we kind of go through and kind of head out, let's.
Mr. Ward, you have a massive. No, sorry.
You want us to come over and tuck you in?
So. Talk about our Mother's Day. We're going to Toledo to meet up with Carter. All of us there. Mike, what are you, Becky, and the kids doing for Mother's Day?
We're going to have Little Caesars pizza.
With mushrooms, I'm sure.
Not. That's what she wants. She wants Little
Jimmy.
Caesars pizza. Let's relax.
What are you up to? Nice. Well,
pretty simple.
We thank everybody for listening again. You guys made it past the hour and 10 minute mark, so thank you for this.
Wow, it's our longest one yet.
I know, yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, it's definitely the most fun one yet.
Yeah. And
this is going to keep growing.
Jimmy, you'll get a better microphone. We're going to keep doing stuff. And we may have a Jimmy T-shirt coming out, special edition, as the wild card. So. Thank you guys, everybody. I hope everybody listening, you guys anybody had a happy Mother's Day to everybody there. Want to say thank you again.
Like us.
Please like us, share us, talk about everybody there. But thanks again, everybody. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers.
Happy Mother's Day, everybody.